Hey Zendaya, welcome to Medical Terminology. Between your acting schedule and press tours, I know you don't have much time to study. There's good news though. The medical terms are like building blocks. Once you learn the pieces, you can snap them together and decode almost any word. So today I'll show you how medical term works and the rules of putting them together, and then some key terms you'll see again and again and again. So let's dive in. So first things first, there are four main parts that you'll need to know. The root word, which is the foundation, usually a body part. So for example, like cardi, which means heart. So you'll find the word cardi in cardiology, cardiac, pericardium. The derm is another word that you'll see. Skin, that's what it means. It means skin. So you'll find it in dermatology, hypodermic, hypodermantis, and yeah, osteo. Osteo is another bone. Another word that you'll see. It means bone. So you'll see it in osteoporosis, osteopathy, osteogenic, and other words like that. Combining forms are it's a root word. Usually a vowel followed by O, so it can make the words flow. So cardi. So as we mentioned, cardi. So it'll be cardio, which means heart. So you'll see cardiology, or it'll be gastro. You'll see stomach. And an example would be gastroscopy. You'll see neuro, you'll see nerve, that translates to neurology. And then the third one would be a suffix. It'll be, suffix means that it's an ending that tells you the action, a condition or a disease. So itis would be one. Inflammation, arthritis, gastritis, bronchitis, all that. Ectomy is surgical, so the removal of surgical removal. So the appendectomy, which means the removal of your appendix. Mastectomy, nephrectomy, and then another example would be ology. It's the study of, so words like biology, cardiology, dermatology, the study of life, the study of the heart, and the study of your skin. And then the last one would be prefix, which is the beginning that adds a location, time, or number. So an example would be hyper, which means above or excessive. So hypertension, hyperglycemia, hyperactive, things like that. Another word would be Brady, which means slow. So the words that you'll see with that would be bradycardia, bradypnea, bradykinesia, etc., etc. And then pre would be another word. That means before. So prenatal, preoperative, pretest. So prefixes start the story, roots give the subject, and then suffixes tell the action. Combining the forms make the words easier to say, right? So how to build terms, right? So when building terms, here are the rules. So rule number one, root and the suffix. So an example would be arth, and then the suffix would be itis, right? Put those two words together, you get arthritis, which means the inflammation of a joint. Rule number two would be root and then a combining vowel plus a suffix. So if the suffix begins with a constant, an example would be cardio, and then logy, right? You put those two words together, it would be cardiology, which means the study of the heart. Rule number three, right? Two roots plus a combining vowel. An example would be gastro, plus intro plus itis. Put those three words together, gastro and itis, which means inflammation of the stomach and intestines. So think of it as like writing a script, right? The prefixes set the scene, the root is the main character, and then the suffix is the action. And combining the vowel keeps the flow smooth, right? So how would you break the words in part? When you see these words, don't panic. Just break it down. Look at it step by step, right? So step one, you'll look at the suffix first. Look at the end, and then you'll work your way back to the beginning, right? Next, you'll find a root or roots in the words, and then you'll add a prefix if there is one. So for example, if you're looking at the word nephrology, right? Logy is the suffix, so that's the study of, nephra, kidney, and then if you put those two words together, you get the study of kidneys. Another example would be hypoglycemia. Hypo means low, glyc means sugar, and ema means blood. So you put those three words together, low blood sugar. Electrocardiogram. Electro means electricity, as we know, cardio means heart, and gram means record, a record of the heart's electroactivity. So by doing those and breaking those down, those help you a lot, especially going from back to front, not front to back. So some tricky suffixes that look similar but mean very different things. Here are some 3 examples, right? Ectomy means surgical removal, so tonsillectomy, removal of the tonsils. Otomy means cutting into, not removal. And tracheotomy, which means cutting into the trachea. Ostomy means creating an opening. Colonostomy is an example, and that means creating an opening in the colon. So remember, ectomy means exit. Otomy means opening temporarily, and ostomy means new permanent opening. So some key terms to remember that you'll definitely see is going to be gram, which means a record. So for example, a mammogram, which is a breast x-ray record. Graph is the instrument that makes the record. Electrocardiograph, a device that records activity, right? Graphy, means the process of recording. Angiography. Scope, the instrument to view. Scopy means the process of viewing. Tomy means cutting into. Ectomy means cutting out. Stomy means creating an opening. So for examples, those would be endoscope, endoscopy, laparotomy, appendectomy, and tracheostomy. Now, notice how small changes end up being completely change the meaning, right? So here's a quick formula. Prefixes tell the beginning of the story, where, when, how many. Root combination forms, body part or main meaning. Suffixes, what's happening. You build those together correctly, break down the meaning, and you get your words. You're a star. Good job.